Hello, wonderful pupils. I am excited to have you in class today. Are you excited? Very good. So today, I will be helping you to have a better command of your diction. I know you want to speak right, don't you? If you want to speak right, let me see your hand. So I need you to raise your hand this way, just a little up above your head. Make sure you are not doing this, all right? It is appropriate to raise your hands this way. Now, the focus for today, or the topic for today, is the sound of letters CC. Letter CC gives us two sounds. Yes, letters CC give us what? Two sounds. The sounds are X and K. Yes, so let's imagine that our hand is an X-ray camera and we are trying to take an X-ray of our hand, or we are trying to take an X-ray of someone's body. Now let's go. X, 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 X. And I have a song. X, X. Take an X-ray. X, X. Take an X-ray. X, X. Take an X-ray. X-ray of my hand. Well, that's the sound. That's one of the sound. And this is the way it is written. A K and an S together. Well, you know that sounds are written in two sloping lines, right? So this is the sound. The sound is X, X. That's one sound that letters C give us. The second sound is the sound K, K, as though we are kicking a ball. You like playing football, don't you? Yes. So let's play the ball with our legs. We are kicking the ball. So that's the sound. Or if you know of what we call castanets, and there's a song. I have a song for that. For the sound, for the sound, for the sound. We are clicking castanets. We are clicking castanets. We are clicking castanets. Clicking castanets. We are clicking castanets. Good. So that's the second sound that letter C is giving us. The sound, how do we write it? Just the sound, letter K. But that's not necessary, children. What I want us to take note of today is the correct pronunciation of words that fall under either the sound X or the sound K. Now, there is a formula, there is a rule to know when to sound X and when to sound K with what? Letters CC. The first rule says, let's read, when letter CC comes before I and E, then it sounds what? X. The rule is when you have letter CC and after letter CC we have what? I or E, then when letter CC follows I or E, then it means what? It would sound X. Yes. When we have letter CC following letter I or letter E, then it will sound X. Let's look at a few words. We have, now children, look at this word. Now look at our letter CC here, right? Now we have the E that we talked about in the rule. And this is the E. And then we have other words. Remember, the rule says when you have letter C following what? I or E. Now this is E. And that means it is very wrong of you to say access. What? Access? There is no word like access. What sound is it supposed to give us? It is supposed to give us the sound X. The sound X. So how do we pronounce this word? Access. Access. Now, children, repeat after me. Access. Do we say access? No. I need to hear the sound X. X. For you to do the sound X, you need to firstly pronounce this sound. Then you add what? S. So it's a combination of K and S together. All right? So when you have them together, and remember, it's with letters C. That's what our focus, or that's what our topic for today is talking about. So we say axis. Let's go. Axis. Very good. Let's look at another word, possibly with the word I. With the letter I, we have. Good. Now, after letter C, we have an I. And the rule says when C comes before an I and an E, so we have C, it's coming before an I. This is an I. What sound is it supposed to give us? The sound X. The sound X. So, do we say accident? Never ever. Children, I needed to say never ever. Yes, so it doesn't work that way. We are supposed to say what? Accident. Let's go. Accident. Children, I need to make sure that you are pronouncing the sound X here, all right? So let's pronounce again. Accident. Not accident. No, do we say that? Never ever. Do we say that? Never ever. So we go accident. Children, remember to say didn't, not dent. Accident. Pronounce, say that after me. Accident. Very good. Now, for the sound, we have understood how to pronounce words under X. The rule is when you have letters C before an I or an E. Now, there is another rule, which is the second rule. It says also, when C meets letters O, A, U, and other consonants, it sounds K. It sounds K. It sounds K. Very good. Now, when C meets A, O, U, and other consonants, then it will give us what sound? K. Let's look at some examples. Now we have the word. Let's look at this word. Good. So this word is what? Accountant. Accountant. Do not say accountant. No, it's accountants. Repeat after me. Accountant. Again, accountant. Very good. So we do not have an issue with this. Now, look at C and we have an O after C. Therefore, it has to take the sound K. All right? That is clear because it's taking the sound K. Let's see if we can have a word with C giving us U. We have this word is what? Accuse. Accuse. Now, after C, we have a U. And since we have a U, that means the C would have to take what sound? The sound K. So we go accuse. Accuse. I wouldn't want us to take much of a time with the second rule because I know that most of you know how to pronounce words with the sound K. But our major attention is here. Words that fall under this category, and that is for the sound what? X. Most people do not know how to pronounce words that fall under this category, and that's where we're paying much attention in today's class. So I need you to relax and enjoy the class. Make sure you pronounce the words appropriately. Now let's go. You repeat after me. Axis. Axis. And this is accelerate. Accelerate. Children, I need you to pronounce these sounds so well. You hear some people say, I am going to Access Bank. When mommy says Access Bank, you say, no, mommy, there is no bank in Nigeria called Access Bank. It is called Access Bank. Mommy will say, oh, really? You say, yes, mommy, very true. Mommy will say, oh, that's great. My son taught me today and I have learned. So anything you are learning today, make sure you go home and teach mommy and teach daddy, because at some point or the other, they would pronounce one of these words. All right? Now, the second is accelerate. Repeat after me. Accelerate. So this is number 2, and this is number 3. Now, number 3 says what? Accessory. Accessory. You know, mommy has jewelry, right? Her necklace or the earrings. She has jewelry at home. And maybe she could tell you, go get my box of accessories. No, there is no word like accessories. It is what? Accessory. Say that. Accessory. Succeed. Succeed. Some people will say, I want you to succeed. Very wrong. It is succeed. And this is what? Vaccine. Vaccine. We all know of coronavirus pandemic, right? And now they've been telling everyone to go take the vaccine. Not vaccine, children. It is what? Vaccine. Remember the sound. What sound? Sound. Yes. Yes. And this is what? Success. And you know, some children, do you know that some people answer this as a name? You have friends that answer success. So it is very wrong to say success, success. No, never, ever, never. Yes, ever. We don't say that. We say success. Let's go. Success. Again, success. Very good. Now this is what? Accept. Can I hear you say that again? Accept. Very good. And this last one is accident. Accident. Look at my mouth. Do not say accident. 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 Now let's go over them again. This is what? Axis. Accelerate. Accessory. Succeed. Vaccine. Success. Accept. Accident. Very good. Now let's take the words under the sound k. Account. Accuse. Accrue. Now for the word accrue, we see we have another consonant, which is the consonant sound r, and that's why we say an other consonant. So it's not necessarily an O or U or an A. Okay, it could be other consonants. Let's go. This is according. According. Not according, it's according. Accommodation. Acclaim. Accomplish. Accompany. Very good. Now, children, this is what you would do for me. I would make one sentence using a pair of these words, and in your book, you are going to write 4 more sentences for me. Make sure that your sentences have the words that we have learned today, not just one. All right, make sure you could make 2 or 3. All right, very good. So when we're making sentences, we call them speech drill. And when you write your sentence, make sure that you are reading it with the right diction. So I have this: success, succeeded with the vaccine. Children, I need you to identify the words with the sound X. What word? The first is what? Yes, we have success. The second is what? Succeeded. Yes, succeeded. And the third is what? Vaccine. Vaccine. Very good. Now, these three words gives us the sound. Now, let's read. Success succeeded with the vaccine. Very good. So I need you to write 4 more sentences and make sure you're always speaking right. Remember, the 2 sounds we learned today are what sounds? The sound x and the sound k. With what letters? With letters CC. Thank you. Bye for now, children.